tonight in Jesup. Girls took the first one, 49-29 over Sumner-Fredericksburg. Now it's the boys' turn as the Cougars come down with a record overall on the season. Bear with me on the record of the season of 3-6 overall for the Cougars and the Jayhawks, and 2-8. On our Heartland Technology pregame show, we did get a chance to catch up earlier with head basketball coach Joe Spines. Now on the Heartland Technology pregame show, catch up with head coach of boys basketball. Coach, looked at 3 last week, only 2. This new line back to Monday. Don Bosco game, and I'm not sure who that's going to be. That's the Monday night.
It was a heck of a ball game. We came out. We lost Saturday before to walk on. We didn't have any practice. Our kids were locked in. You could tell them. BCW, it's always a tough place to play for whatever reason, coming off a game Monday night, a hard-fought game, and coming off a game from the Saturday. This was our 3rd game in 4 days, and we lacked energy. We actually got off to a 10-0 start and then kind of let the wheels fall off after that. BCW played a good game. They're big and physical, gave us all kinds of trouble. We didn't shoot the ball very well. Tried to get ourselves back into it early in the 4th and just ran out of gas. So credit BCW, their physicality won the game, and I think they out-rebounded us by 15, which you're not going to win many games doing that, and our kids know that.
Let's talk through Friday night. Snow was coming in. Decisions had to be made about Union. What went through that process to look at moving that to this week?
Yeah, I was hoping we'd delay it even longer in terms of this weather happening, but it happened. We originally had talked on Thursday about moving the game up a little earlier, and we decided to do that Friday morning. And then we started seeing some other games cancel around that area, more to the east and southeast. I think a school south of Vinton actually got out early, and we decided that it wasn't worth it at that point. We didn't know if what the weather was going to be like. It didn't look like it was going to be very good between 5 and 8 o'clock, so we decided we'll just postpone it, and we decided to play. We're playing this Thursday, so looking back on it, we maybe could have played, but that's a tough decision to make on the time. I feel like I'm a weatherman half the time. So, it looked like the line of playing was Waterloo, and to the west, everyone played, and everyone east of Waterloo did play, or didn't play. So one of those deals. Learned a long time ago in this position, you're going to make some mistakes with that one. I'm not saying this was a mistake, but you got to move on and learn and accept what it is. I'd rather err on the side of caution than send a bus over there and then come back and it's a nightmare coming back. So.
Well, being married has got you practicing that, I'm sure. Yeah. Then you get into this week, and what you thought you had 2, now you have 3. Looking ahead, you got the reschedule on Thursday with Union, Wapsie on Friday, but tonight it's Sumner-Fredericksburg. Talk about what you're hoping to see or maybe looking to see from the Cougars.
Yeah, Sumner, competitive ball club again. Have a couple guys back that have played a long time for them. James Stimson's a senior. Seemed like he's been playing forever. Started for them as a freshman, 1,000-point scorer. I think he's a leading scorer in school history with Sumner-Fred when they combined. Lefty, averaging about 15 a game. Nice player. And they got a couple sophomores that are playing for him this year that are doing a nice job. So the story of our league this year is everyone's played everybody pretty much tough the whole year. Sumner's lost to Hudson, I think by 3 or 4 last week. It was a heck of a game. They beat Union in a close game. They've played everyone pretty tight, much like we have. So It'll be a hard-nosed fight tonight. They're a physical bunch, so we're going to have to have our big boy pants on, better than we did last week against BCLEW. So it should be a fun night.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you.
Head Coach Joe Smines on our pregame show. This is the Heartland Technology pregame show, and folks, as you're tuning in going, what is going on up there? We're still trying to figure it out. We're blaming technology, and Luke stepped away. I think you were gone is what happened.
Oh, what happened? What I missed?
Nothing as far as you know, other than we're just trying to get music to play
on
not different things or not play, and that's just what happens, I guess.
Well, I'm back, so everything should be fine now.
Those joining in from Sumner-Fredericksburg are like, what is this? What did I
Who are these
What did
jokers?
I commit to? Hey, at least you didn't pay for it.
Exactly.
At least you didn't pay for it. 2 minutes to go until we tip things off here very shortly. This is the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. I'm Nate Klaber. Guest Luke Baldwin, Anthony Baugh on the magical suitcase that I think it's like a magic suitcase that does tricks on him every now and then, and he doesn't quite know how to deal with it. He eventually figures it out. But Eric Clark over on camera tonight. But Luke, Sumner-Fredericksburg, and Jesup, maybe not having the seasons record-wise they would like to see, but still trying to be competitive and really trying to figure out who they are this season. And this team is now very different. The Jesup team without Brody Kresser, who will be out the rest of the year because of his shoulder injury from a couple weeks back. So that's going to put a different dynamic for the rest of the season on this squad.
Yeah, for sure. Anytime you lose one of your top players, there's a lot of adjustments that have to be made there. But like we saw against Don Bosco, that was the first night we were without Brody, and Cooper Fueling stepped up. And Cooper's been a leader all year long, but man, he played out of his mind that night. Ended up with, I don't even remember, had 20 points or something like that. He had a season high, career high probably. And then his brother, Corbin, came in, hadn't played any varsity ball. The minute he steps onto the court, he drops a three and just proceeds to have a great night as a kid that hadn't seen any varsity action really all across the board that night. Kids just played great. Now, I know they dropped one to BCL UW over the weekend. And that, these kids, it's just one of those teams where they're going to be pretty inconsistent. Some nights they'll look great. The next night you might wonder what in the heck's going on. But they're getting better, and they're fun to watch. They're working hard. They're fun to watch. Sometimes it's fun when a team you just don't know what you're going to get one night to the next, and that makes it kind of entertaining too.
So we are done with our pregame, and time now for the starting lineups. Just a public address announcer, Dan Fox.
The sophomore, number 1, Peyton Schmitz. A junior, number 21, Nathan Zupke. A junior, number 34, Cody Van Englenberg. A senior, number 40, James Gibson. A sophomore, number 44, Clay Seahawks. Now for the Jayhawks, a senior, number 2, Heath Wyatt. A junior, number 5, Chase Pilcher. A senior, number 24, Cooper Fueling. A sophomore, number 40, Carson Lena. A senior, number 42, Lyndon Barrett. The Jayhawks are coached by Joe Smine, assisted by Steve Schmidt, Mike Johnson, Nick Donnelly, Rodney Zaleski, and Dirk Dahl. Sumner-Fred, are you ready?
We are set for this game to tip off again very shortly. And Luke, again, run through those quick starting lineups that Dan just relayed to us.
Yeah, for Sumner-Fredericksburg, we've got a sophomore Peyton Schmitz, junior Nathan Zupke, junior Cody Van Engelberg. Killed it.
Good job.
Senior James Stinson and sophomore Clay Seahawks. For your Jesup Jayhawks, Heath Wyant, Jace Pilcher, Cooper Fueling, Carson Leanow, and Landon Barrett.
So as we are underway, Jesup does get the tip possession. And going towards that south basket here in the south gym tonight. And the first shot goes up and drops. And the Jayhawks on the board right away. Give credit to the Jayhawks for that first score and also to Heath Wyant.
I got to give that name another shot. Cody Van Gellenberg.
You weren't quite ready for it.
No, that hit me like a ton of bricks. That was a lot of letters in one word, and I got scared, and I didn't know what to do. I just opened my mouth and let some stuff fall out.
Well, that happens.
Van
Happens from time to
Gellenberg.
time.
Van Gellenberg.
Barrett tries to lean in, but there's Leanow who grabs the ball, puts it back up.
A little strong on the putback by Leanow. I was talking to his mom and dad on the way in tonight and just mentioned that he's really been enjoyable to watch and see his progression as this year's gone on. I mean, I said he's really starting to figure out that he's got a body to him, and he can use that to his advantage. Nice spin, and no good for Cooper Fueling, but anyway, back to Leanow. You know, you can see his growth from one game to the next, and the kid's just a sophomore. So you put another year on him and be interesting to see what you got. There he goes strong inside. Doesn't get the drop, but does pick up the foul.
Yeah, he's finding himself game to game more comfortable inside there. And he goes to the free throw line, getting only 2 points on the board for Jesup so far. Jim goes quiet, and the ball goes off the front of their rim.
Too quiet. I wanted to yell or something there.
They could hear you chewing your fruity snacks over there. The cherry tonight.
I was in the line with Gloria Donnelly, and she heard me ask for fruity snacks, and she apparently knew that was my
your go-to.
That was my thing. She laughed when she heard me order them.
She didn't think it was true till she actually saw it.
Help yourself, by the way.
You always say that.
One guy can only eat so many fruity snacks.
Well, you left here the other night, and you had like 6 left just sitting right there, and we didn't know if we should eat them or where they've been.
Saving them for next gig.
So I ate 4, and Anthony ate 2. So,
yeah, no man left behind. You got to take care of them fruity snacks.
I think that's the first time Anthony realized that I ate more than he did. I didn't really tell him they were there until I had eaten 4 of them. Really don't have any guilt about it either. 6 minutes to play, and Sumner-Fred on the board with a big 3-pointer from that far side.
Cody Van G, as we're going to refer to him the rest of the night.
Has that been decided?
Checks his feet and drops
approved.
it down. Nice
after it again. Wow, look at that.
He's going to get the continuation on that, just like the NBA.
Go for the and one. That's the 3rd team foul for Sumner-Fredericksburg. Left-handed free throw. That one swishes in this time.
Pretty nothing but net.
Under the 6-minute mark.
Jayhawk boys in a man-to-man defense. Got to travel. And that's going to go against Cody Van G as he tries to work his way into the middle. Fortunately, you do have to dribble while you're moving.
Jace Pilcher. We're going to get that offense moving. Cooper Fueling straight on now. Man-to-man press. And Lee now goes again on his own. Can't get that shot to go. Does go out of bounds. You're right over there?
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide who somebody is in the crowd down there. It's an old coach. I just can't think of his name. Not my dad.
Your dad.
I know his name.
5 minutes to go. Sumner-Fred see an opportunity with a three-pointer straight on. Schmitz gets it to fall.
Ooh. Trayton Worser goes for the steal there. Did not get to it. So we see Corbin Fueling check into the game. You know, we said last time after Corbin's breakout in the Don Bosco game, we thought, man, that's a kid we got to see a little more of up here. And sure enough. Nice take by, Cooper.
Schmitz across the midcourt.
Sumner-Fred definitely looking at that three ball as every opportunity they get, they're checking their feet and looking to sail it.
Covered by Pilcher. Jesup on that man-to-man press as well.
Crowd pretty subdued here tonight.
It is.
Maybe you should launch a couple pens at them like you did.
That only happened
Sumner-Fred
once,
crowd.
and it was an accident, as far as they know. Really slow and trying to advance that ball to the hoop. Under 4 minutes. Sumner-Fred just still trying to find any opportunity in their offense as the student section fires them up a little bit. They do shoot one from beyond the arc, no good. Pilcher with the ball on that far side. Lob it into Landon Barrett. Pushes off on an offensive end, and that will...
It was a nice move. You just can't hook the guy like that.
They'll send the ball back the other way.
I would continue to go back to Barrett and Lenau, though, because the Cougars don't have a lot of size down low. 44 looks to be as big as they get, but he's also a sophomore, so a little less experience. And Bo Niederhoff also playing a little bit down there. But neither one of them is what I would call exceptionally big. Van G with the nice drive into the middle, a little floater. Of course, the kid with the name that I can't pronounce getting the bulk of the action for Cougars so far.
And that's not really why I'm staying silent, but I am enjoying it.
Cooper Fueling with the nice 10-foot jump shot. Puts the Jayhawks back up by 1. What are you doing over there, Nate?
Oh, I lost internet for a little bit, so I'm just getting my pages going again. I'm sorry to leave you hanging, but
that's all right.
I know you got your fruity snacks and don't really need much else.
I'm kind of used to driving this train by myself.
Truth finally comes out. Finally is there.
Corbin, nice fake. Couldn't get the shot to drop, but Lenau is there to clean things up. And with that, Coach, do we know?
Stand by.
Stand by. Cougar coach calls a timeout.
Still working on that.
This job is so much easier when they put these names in the on the stats for, or on the whatever you call this, the program.
It does make quite a difference. Head coach is Mike Quigley. Dylan Bergman, the assistant. Head coach for Jesup, Joe Smine, assisted by Nick Donnelly, Steve Schmidt, Rodney Selesky, all down there, along with Mike Johnson. Under 2 minutes. Both Fuelings. Tanner Cole on the floor as well with Pilcher and Lenau. And Sumner-Fred. Again, just within one, not anxious to get offense really moving.
Oh, don't leave your feet, Tanner.
Seahas pushes that ball near side to Schmitz. Little lean in.
Nice help
Van
defense by
Gellenberg.
Pete Pilcher.
And that three-pointer, you could see it going from here.
Yeah, Corbin's got to stay out there.
Back-to-back threes put Sumner-Fred in the driver's seat, 13-11. Very patient on offense. Pilcher finds Cole. And it fouled down below.
Cole may have got lucky there. He was putting his head down and appearing to go wherever he wanted to, regardless of who was in his
That was my hesitation at the whistle.
Yeah, so
kind of watching Tanner's reaction. Fueling takes a deep three. Back of the board, no good. Out of the hands of Pilcher. Ball is loose. And Tanner Cole will have it.
Yeah, they're going to get Pilcher for a travel there. He knew it as soon as he did it. He was so open. I think he thought about the three and then thought, no, let me drive this to the hoop. I don't have anybody there. But those two things colliding in his head caused him to move his feet a little bit. Nice defense by Cole. And, oh, man, really?
The first personal foul against Pilcher.
Okay, they called that on. I thought they were calling it on Cole at first. Austin Langrek into the game for the Cougars.
And
another
Schmitz.
sophomore. Young team for Coach Quigley here.
Over Langrek. Schmitz. 20 seconds on the clock. And a little offensive push there. Cooper played that well defensively.
Yeah, he did. He certainly didn't help, he didn't hurt his chances there of drawing that foul. A little bit of acting in there.
16 foul against Sumner-Fredericksburg.
They're all out
seconds.
of. They're all out of strawberry fruity snacks, by the way.
You thinking of going that way now? Because you were pretty set on cherry.
Yeah, well, Anthony brought up strawberry here one night.
Schmitz on a fast break, doesn't work. Pilcher catches him on the hand.
Pilcher's second foul.
So Anthony's exposing you to strawberry fruity snacks. Is giving you a little change.
Yeah, I don't know.
A mixed berry.
Yeah, mixed are good. They're all good. I mean, I'm not a hater with any of them, but I don't know. Those strawberries really changed my world a little bit that night.
Have you ever eaten them together?
No. That sounds dangerous.
Free throw in.
That's what causes addiction, Nate.
8 points for Schmitz on that free throw. Yeah, I think you were looking at maybe buying some on the Amazon.
I did.
Anthony it was going to be like a pallet for like $1,500 or something like that.
Well, Anthony found a pretty good buy on Amazon last week, and I don't remember what it was, but I was considering it and still am.
Timeout on the floor. As Coach Smines regroups here.
Maybe we can give a little shout out to our cheerleaders. Looks like we've got 4 in the house tonight. We've got a Clayberg. We'll go ahead and
You're going to have me do it again.
Too. Rachel Clayberg. I think Bailey Fetterspiel's over there.
Zoe Miller.
Is that Zoe? Yeah, Zoe Miller. And
you're going to go with Courtney Kaufman.
Courtney Kaufman. So great job, ladies. That lineup changes pretty frequently, and
head coach Sarah Nolan done a great job with that crew. Actually, Bailey not out tonight. It's
What are you trying to say?
Hold on.
Oh, that's not. Is that
Jordan Riordan.
Jordan Riordan?
Yep.
Sorry, Jordan. Got you mixed up over there.
Dark hair, ponytail. It's hard not to.
Oh, we've got one on the floor over there, too. Actually, Bailey is on the floor out of uniform. And then who is that next to Bailey over there?
Zoe Rottinghouse.
Zoe Rottinghouse.
7.5 minutes to go here in the second period. As we light things up at the end of the first.
Landon Brett with the unorthodox shot down there. Oh, come on,
That ball's
Jayhawks.
loose, and Sumner-Fred finds the opportunity.
Got to box out.
But Landon will take it back. Up top to Pilcher. High passes, the wide open Wyatt. No good on the three. Tanner Cole pulls in the rebound. Wyatt trips up a little bit to reset that offense.
Wyatt actually got one on the hand there. No call.
Brett baseline, top to Pilcher. Defers over to Fueling. Nice confident shot from Wyatt, 6 feet out. Barrett with a rebound. He can't get it to fall.
Too strong, too strong. Got some nice boards there and passed it around well. Just could not get that ball in the hoop.
6:08 to go. Come baseline. Sumner-Fred will hang on to it. Schmitz now with it. Bo Niederhoff also in the game. That far corner for Sumner-Fred. Schmitz takes a slide step.
Nice to have Wayne out there. He's a kid that's getting a little more playing time in the absence of Brody Kresser, and he's a quick kid, good defender, and I really like his shot on offense. He's got a pretty shot. He doesn't always get it to drop, as we see Tanner Cole take the charge there. That was Tanner, right?
It was Tanner. Brett was right in there as well.
Brett,
but,
okay. Brett took the charge.
Brett had set just long enough, I think. And we're going to see another McCone on the floor.
Oh, yeah. So McCone, a freshman for the Jayhawks, into the game. I stand corrected. McCone was a sophomore.
Yeah, I got a little heads up from Joe when we talked before game. He says you might see Parker McCone tonight, so don't be surprised getting his opportunity to play varsity.
Well, I thought that kid was just a freshman, but he's a sophomore. All these kids are growing up on me faster than I can keep track of.
And your hair keeps staying the same.
Yeah.
Maybe just a different color when you grow it out.
It's pretty nappy right now, Nate.
That's nappy.
It's as nappy as it gets on a bald head.
Jesup.
So McCone, he'll take over as point guard responsibility for the Jayhawks.
Cooper Fueling has it. Take it cross over to Wyatt. McCone gets that in his fingertips. Wyatt bounced into Barrett.
There you go, Brett.
That's
nice
the
move.
play he likes to have.
That's a really patient play for Landon. He faked the pass up top, turned, went straight up with it.
Give
Great
him
job.
4 points. When you score on the floor, Lee now so far has 7. He's on the bench right now. Actually on the floor, I mean. Top of the board, no good. Cooper Fueling pulls that one in. Coming up at halftime, we'll have the girls' basketball team will come out and honor their loved ones.
Oh, good look inside, Landon.
That have been in a fight of cancer. So the theme tonight is targeted towards that.
That was a nice look inside by Landon. Unfortunately, Sumner got a finger on it and tipped it away, but almost had Lee now for a wide open little jumper in the paint.
Stimson far side, wide open three.
Got it. Ring that up for Trayton Werzer. Some of these guys I'm not
Stimson.
finding in the varsity lineup. I have to go over to the JV
Here,
to see them.
let me help you here. This should be a 40.
Oh, so that's not Werzer.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
that
that's
makes
Stimson.
more sense.
That's Stimson in there.
James Stinson. Remember Ren and Stimpy? That was a great cartoon. One of the best.
But if you watched it now, you'd be like, what?
I don't think so. I
Why
think
did I
I'd still
watch this?
enjoy it. Not a very advanced mind over here, Nate.
Well,
Man.
oh, another deep three. Stimson, back to back. Ren and Stimpy. I feel like there was some CD or something I had off of the BMG CD club that I got from that.
Maybe you're thinking of the log song?
Quite possibly.
Log, log, it's better than bad, it's good. Log, log. Something, something, it's wood.
Something like that, yeah. Yeah, I could mute him, but people would not be as entertained or in shock. 21-17. Sumner-Fredericksburg with the advantage right now as we're in timeout, leading scorer. He is Lee now with 9 total points for the Jayhawks. Sumner-Fred really picking things up later part of that first quarter and now into the second. He's scoring the floor for them right now, 8 points. Give credit to Peyton Schmitz, who has been averaging 8 points so far this season. Cody Van Englenberg, leading scorer on this squad, almost 12.5 points.
Well, and definitely the difference in this game so far has been the three-point shooting ability by the Cougars. I mean, they've knocked down 4 three-pointers now, I believe. So there's 12 points right there.
You can do math.
Yeah, it's
impressive, really.
It is. It is. I mean, I shock myself sometimes.
Cooper fueling, Corbin fueling. You got McCone out there, along with Leanow and Barrett, 2 seniors, 2 sophomores, and a junior, if that's right out there, with 3 sophomores. Yeah, 3 sophomores out there. Fueling comes over, tries to cover on Stimson. And there's McCone learning the hard way.
Yeah, I think he kind of got his head cut up in an armpit or something. I couldn't figure out what was going on there.
Parker McCone. A chance to play varsity tonight. Stimson covered by Cooper. Go in that right corner.
Landon trying to get set, couldn't get down there quick enough. That's going to send Cody Van G to the line.
You're going to stick with that, aren't you?
Yeah.
You don't want to try Van Englenberg.
Yeah, I don't want to try it because you do what you just did.
Van Englenberg. Free throw drops in for him.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Van Englenberg. You made it sound a lot easier than I made it sound.
I've said it in my head like 6,000 or 7,000
I just
times.
think Van G sounds cool. Van G money.
Maybe that'll carry forward when he goes back home, though. It'll stick.
Peyton McCone. Not Peyton McCone.
How about Parker?
Parker McCone leading the charge for the Jayhawks. Takes a deep 3. Banks it in. Man. He was about 2 foot out and still had more on it than necessary, but just the right amount to bank it in.
Got his first varsity points in. Rebound from Stimson. He has it.
That's funny because what was Corbin's first varsity points? The 3 ball.
There you go. You remember that. We'll remember that. Approaching the 2-minute mark before halftime. Jesup sneaking up. A young lineup out there. And there's Leanow.
Pretty shot by Leanow. A little floater in the middle.
11 points for him.
That's a nice touch.
Coming up at halftime, we'll also get a chance to visit with head coach Jordan Conrad, our girls basketball coach. We'll get that after
careful.
our
Sorry.
presentation.
I wasn't telling you to be careful. I was talking to young Paxton.
Well, should be careful anyway.
Well, this is a dangerous job we do up here.
Well, yeah, unless you're sitting below us, then it's worse. Trying to force the ball inside. Doesn't work for Kyle Seahawks, or Clay Seahawks, a sophomore.
Caden Bergman with the body. That's going to send Pilcher to the free throw line.
That's the 8th team foul of the half for Sumner-Fredericksburg.
1-and-1 situation. See some of our ex-grads, or our grad. I guess you're not. You're just a grad, aren't you?
Yeah, you are. Unless they take your diploma away, then I guess
then you're an
diploma.
ex-grad.
Yeah, ex-grad. 25-22, Jayhawks within 3. Can they get that ball back before the end of the half and go in the locker room with a lead, if not tied?
How long before you drop that clipboard over the edge, Nate?
That's why I got my pop socket on the back.
Oh, man.
Didn't know that, did you?
This dude is not messing around up here.
No.
He's got a, folks, let me paint a little picture for you here. Nate Clayberg has a pop socket on the back of his clipboard.
Hey, I got to hang on to it. Otherwise, it would have dropped by now. We know there's history there.
I don't know. I just feel like I can't have as much respect for you anymore. I mean, it was pretty low to begin with.
It's not dazzled or anything. Is
Corbin,
it dazzled or bedazzled?
Bedazzled.
Doesn't go for him. 37 seconds going back on offense are the Sumner-Fredericksburg Cougars. Stimson over to Schmitz. Fueling has him covered. Switch him off. 22 seconds. Going to draw this out.
Cougars playing for the last shot.
10-second mark.
A lot of dribbling out there.
Fueling stays in front of Stimson. Shot goes out. Out of bounds, 3.9 seconds. Does come off the hand of Clay Seahawks.
3.9 on the clock.
Seahawks, the tallest one out there, 6'6" sophomore for the Cougars.
I thought the Cougars weren't going to apply any pressure for a minute there, but now they're making their way up the court.
In. 3.9 seconds. Lee now.
Got a
He'll
good
try
look.
A three.
Oh,
tried to tie it.
Good look at it.
22.
Nice, really nice job by Paxton McCone to get that ball up the court quickly.
22-25, our score at halftime, as we will have our attention to the floor here very shortly as the boys team does go to the locker room. We'll go to the public address announcer, Dan Fox.
Has been or died from cancer is from the Jesup girls basketball team. Leah Borderdang, a senior, is dedicating this night to her aunt, Kim Borders, who had liposarcoma. Allison Flaherty, a senior, is dedicating this night to her uncle, Milt Dakovic, who is currently fighting lung cancer. Brianna Lingenfelder, a senior, is dedicating this night to her family friend, Justin Junk, who died from pancreatic cancer. Brittany Lingenfelder, a senior, is dedicating this night to her family friend, Jill Junk, who died from pancreatic cancer. Marissa Mashik, a senior, is dedicating this night to her grandma, Charlene Hare, who has melanoma. Peyton McCone, a senior, is dedicating this night to her grandpa, Randy McCone, who died from metastatic melanoma. Alexis Larson, a sophomore, is dedicating this night to her great-grandma, Betty Peterson, who had bone cancer. Natalie O'Connor, a sophomore, is dedicating this night to her family friend, Trent Phillips, who died from sarcoma. Amanda Treptow, a sophomore, is dedicating this night to her family friend, Kate Schaefer, who is fighting against brain cancer. Mackenzie Butters, a freshman, is dedicating this night to her grandpa Robert, who had skin cancer. Lainey Pilcher, a freshman, is dedicating this night to Pat Wiggle, who beat breast cancer. Kylie Winters, a freshman, is dedicating this to her family friend, J.P. Wymore, who beat breast cancer. I would like to dedicate this night to my son-in-law, who died from pancreatic cancer. Coach Jason Pilcher is dedicating this night to his uncle Steve Pilcher, who had multiple types of cancer. Head coach Jordan Conrad is dedicating this night to his father-in-law, Dennis Kaiser, who died from brain cancer. Thank you, girls. Would you turn around so they can see you on the other side, too?
Again, a special moment there for many of the players and players and coaches to honor some loved ones. And you had one down there, Luke, a little closer to you.
Yeah, my mother-in-law, Pat Waggle, who is had breast cancer and kidney cancer. I believe it was kidney cancer, and survived both of them, and is still very much with us and as crazy as ever. And I think she might be listening, so I want to emphasize the crazy part of that. But yeah, a great moment. Appreciate those girls taking the time to recognize people that are special in their lives, those who have fought and may still be with us or may not be. It's nice that we're able to take a moment to recognize those people.
It is the U.S. Cellular halftime, and now we get a chance to talk to head coach Jordan Conrad as Jordan makes his way up to the Hawks' Nest tonight on our Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. And Jordan, let's talk quickly about what just took place down on the floor of that opportunity to have your team come out and your staff come out and really represent a good cause, one that has touched all of us, really.
Yeah, absolutely. Everybody you know has been affected that in one way or another. Whether it be directly or indirectly, everybody's been impacted in that in some way. This night really kind of stemmed. I want to thank our seniors for organizing this, especially Allison Flayhardy. She put a lot of work into this along with some of the other seniors. But one thing I talked to them about this summer and at the start of this season is I thought it was important that they be responsible for something, some sort of community engagement type activity, something that they are responsible for, work on skills and, organizing things and getting things put together and pulling off an event. So great job by them to get something like this organized and put together for a great cause.
So let's look at how the night went for you. Get the win, 49-29 over Sumner-Fredericksburg. And, you held Pagel to just 5 points. She's been averaging 15 throughout the season.
Yeah.
But you know what? It could have been even worse for them. How many shots did you miss that just didn't go in for your squad tonight?
Yeah,
so many.
We had a lot right there. We made some early, but we had a lot right there later in the second half that just wouldn't fall for us. But yeah, she's really tough. She's a really solid player. She's played a lot of basketball. She's coming off of 2 20-point games and 2 double-doubles. They came in tonight with what should have been a lot of confidence, winning by the last 2 games by 40 points. So they came in on a high note, but we answered the call there. They played us really tough up at their place. We got up early, and they made a run at us. Same type of thing. We did a really good job, like you mentioned. Got out to an early lead, and they came out with energy in the second half and tried to make a run at us.
Well, and you guys, Luke had noticed, you guys were coming out. It's like everybody had eaten their Wheaties twice for as quick as that ball was moving around, and people were chasing things. There was some energy on the floor tonight.
Oh, a lot of energy. Yeah, we gave out a challenge beforehand that we needed to bring a little bit of energy tonight. This was a big one for us. And just having this event tonight, I think it brought out some things for the girls and remembering and honoring people tonight. There's people here that you're here to honor and play for them tonight, have a little bit of extra energy, and they did a really good job. I challenged. You mentioned us doing a really good job on Pagel tonight, and I mentioned she's a really good player. I challenged our bigs tonight. I said it's up to you guys to keep her off the boards. She's, basically averaging a double-double. Or, when she wants it, she's getting double-doubles, and a lot of those are 20-point nights. So we've got to do a good job on her tonight to keep her off. And I thought Allison and Peyton did an outstanding job when they were in limiting her touches and keeping her off the boards. I told them there were a couple of times she came hard early. We did a really good job boxing her out. a couple times late in the game, I saw the ball go up for a rebound, and she just kind of turned and took off because we had taken such a toll on her and doing such a good job on her and wearing her out.
Credit Brittany Lingenfeld tonight, 20 points. She had those early on, 3 3-pointers. Heck of a job at the free throw line. She got into some foul trouble later on, but she got her points in. Yeah,
she did. She was huge in the first half for us. She's been big for us all year, and she's been a focus for teams to try and limit her touches and things like that. We were able to get her touches tonight, and she knocked some shots down. She's done a lot better job of mixing her game up. Early in her career, she just kind of stood around the three-point line, and that's what she was known for.
Sure.
And she was great at that role. And I think this year she's taken another, especially these last few games, she's taken another step forward of getting herself in the lane and attacking the rim and kind of opening those three-point shots up for herself, so teams can't just keen in on that three-point shot. And getting herself to the line, like you mentioned, she's an outstanding free throw shooter, so that gets her some easy looks and gets her going too.
Well, and you got a chance to get everybody in tonight. We've talked previously, especially last Monday. You don't get a lot of JV opportunities for some of these from some of the other bench players to come in, and here's a chance to get some experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And some of our bench players, got some extra minutes tonight, like you mentioned, and they did a really good job for us when they were in. And we were fortunate enough to get a couple quarters of JV in tonight that got those girls a few extra minutes, a little more experience against, other than, in practice and stuff. And that's, like we've talked about, that's huge in their progress and development moving forward. So it was great to see that tonight.
Coach, you get through the win tonight, Thursday over to Union, Wapsie Valley. I was looking ahead. You don't come back here till the end of the month. It's like a long 2-week road stretch for you guys here, it seems like.
Yeah, we got some road games coming up. Like you said, I know we got a couple of ways, Thursday, Friday, and then again Monday. We'll have a no-school day, but we play at Hudson, and then from there I don't really know where we're at. But
game to game, as the cliche would go, I guess.
Exactly. So, but yeah, it'll be a challenge, especially 3 road games in a row, all conference teams that are, we've put some wins together. Maybe we surprised a few people. They're going to be ready for us. Everybody's going to be ready for us this second half of the season.
Coach, congratulations on the win tonight and the event that your seniors put on for the boys and the girls team supposed to be a part of, and we'll talk again later in the month.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Head coach Jordan Conrad, girls basketball coach, getting the win tonight over Sumner-Fredericksburg, 49-29. Just going to take a 1-minute step away here. We'll return here again in about 60 seconds on the Jayhawk Sports Network. Second half has begun on the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. I'm Nate Clayberg, Luke Baldwin in the Hawks Nest tonight, along with Anthony Barr, on-site producer, and Eric Clark on camera, as Heath Wine has the ball for Jesup as we get the first shot on the second half. Lee now will hang on to it, and now we'll see Cooper Fueling get an opportunity, but Landon Barrett stumbles a little bit, and they got to hustle back on defense as Sumner-Fredericksburg. We'll see what they can do with the three-point advantage, and they increase it with that shot on the right side. Give credit to them for that, and some more points for Clay Seahawks. (27-22). Now the 7-minute mark. Wide open shot up top. Zupke changes his mind, takes it over to Stimson. Little bounce in from Seahawks, the sophomore. And sees a nice three. Schmitz very comfortable with that shot. And they come rolling in out of that break, up by 8 now.
Sorry, Nate. Didn't mean to leave you hanging there. I was talking to Coach Conrad. You get all the time with him.
It's like you have your own little post interview with him. Do you do like a Snapchat interview with him that's just for your audience? No, but that's not a bad idea. Well, he was asking about my mousecapade that I went on we'll get to that
last week.
We'll get to that. You were successful eventually.
I was. That was, oh. No call. I don't think the ref
What do we
knew
get?
what
Do we have flowers tonight? Are we supposed to do that?
Oh, thank you.
Or are they for you?
They're for me, I guess. He said they're for Luke. That's me, I guess.
All right.
So I believe these are for my mother-in-law, Pat.
Okay. All right.
So thank you, Lainey Pilcher. I know you're not listening, but appreciate your thoughtfulness and kindness for recognizing my mother-in-law, and I know she appreciates that too, as do all the recipients of that honor tonight.
Cooper Fueling on a fast break back to Barrett. He receives it back, doesn't get it. Barrett forces it up, and that ball is loose. Hot potato.
Yeah, Landon probably should have gone right up with that. I think even if he didn't make that shot, he would have drawn the foul on it, but
be his second personal foul,
the
first team foul. Jesup tightening up more inside. But Sumner-Fred having success inside and outside tonight. Stimson goes to the hoop, and he's in double numbers with 10.
yeah, foul's going to be second foul against Lee now. Just barely caught him on the hand, I believe. Nice board by Landon.
Cross midcourt. Corbin Fueling in the game now. Quick left dribble, leans in, doesn't go. Force that shot. See some frustration. 5-minute mark. Pull up from Schmitz. Gets his ball back, and Landon went up and leaned into him.
Ooh, gotta be careful with that, Landon.
And that might be a chance for Landon to get a little bit of a breather, and maybe that's what Tanner Cole is going to come in to provide as he's sitting on the scorer's table right now.
The ref was kind enough to just go over and talk to Landon. You can't slap the floor. There's a lot of refs that would just tee you up instantly for that. And this one kindly just went over and reminded him of that. So Landon's going to head to the sideline here, and in comes Tanner Cole. Oh, apparently these have water in them.
Yeah, down the little bottom, those little things hold water. Yeah, for the stems. Schmitz with another free throw. He's at 13 points. Will you remember them? That is the question, or will they fall down and stab somebody?
We're going to put those right there.
Those, jabbing between the fence and the banner here in front of us in the Hawks' Nest. 36-22, get under 5 as you see. Cooper Fueling. Corbin leans in.
A little bit of an interesting offensive attack going on here. I'd like to see us try to get the ball into Lee now a little more. Feel like we're settling for some maybe not high percentage shots right now.
Ball is loose, goes out of bounds in front of the student section. And Sumner-Fredericksburg very calculated on offense. You know, they don't force that ball. Shot comes up from outside from Stimson, no good. Cole chases for it out of bounds. Actually, Fueling chases that out of bounds.
Yeah, Sumner-Fred just doing a nice job of working the ball around and finding the open spots. They're not, like we said before, they're not real big inside. They call it jump ball. I think there was a little confusion on what the call should be, so the refs chatted over and decided they're going to go jump ball possession Sumner-Fred.
Stimson inbound baseline.
Well defended by the Jayhawks.
Four minutes. Seahawks. Dish it back to Schmitz. He's an opening right side. Corbin will stop that. Bo Niederhoff gives it back to Schmitz. Corbin Fielding will step up defensively.
Help him out. Nice help by Leanow.
Jesup just really
Good
allowing
job,
them
Tanner.
the opportunity to move that ball around. Double team down low, leaves an opening in the far side or near side with Niederhoff. And a foul in the paint.
Man, that was a nice defensive stop by the Jayhawks all the way around. They were playing good help defense, moving to the ball. Got a nice block underneath by, was that Tanner or Cooper? One of the two. I can't even remember now.
Zupke with a third personal foul. It's his third team foul. I do not believe Jesup is in the bonus.
There we go, Leanow.
But Leanow back at it as
See
he
that?
builds on his total.
Yeah, let's see some more of that.
13 points for him. Jesup led to start off the game, and Sumner-Fred kept pounding the stone. Ended up taking the lead and has sustained it since then. Fueling wide open three. Almost had it. Cole looking to find a way in the basket, and he's going to travel.
Cole's going to take a seat. In comes Parker McCone. I think I called him Paxton last time.
That could be. We got three choices.
Yeah, Peyton, Parker, Paxton. Paxton's the youngest, right?
Yeah. I'm sure his parents have never gone through the entire list when they're trying to
The Killer Peas.
talk to their kids.
The Killer Peas. Kind of like the Killer Bees. Get it? I just came up with that.
Yeah, I was going to say, you've been sitting on that for a while. Yeah, don't sit on your peas. 2:22 to go. Corbin Fueling back up to his brother Cooper up top. In and out dribble. Front of the rim, no good. Leanow puts it back up. Draws a foul. Gets the shot.
I'm not sure how Leanow gets that to go in some of the times, because I feel like he's not even. Sometimes I'm not sure he knows where that hoop's at. I shouldn't say that. I think he does know where it's at, but from here it looks like he might not. But it goes right in the hole.
One with the hoop.
What are we discussing here?
Cooper Fueling come over to visit with Coach Smines. Front of the bench. Left-handed free throw and three almost, but not going to happen. Approaching 2 minutes here in the third period. Ball gets loose, does hang on to it. Give credit to Niederhoff.
Good help by Leanow. Still got it up and over.
Cody Van Englenberg, 13 points. Fueling takes a bounce, and there's a corner three from the sophomore McCone. Missed that shot. Cougars will have it back. And that's going to be the fourth personal foul against Jesup's leading scorer, Leanow.
And with that, Tanner Cole checks back into the game. We see Leanow head to the bench.
It's a strategy that Sumner-Fred is taking advantage of.
Yeah, both of our big guys now in foul trouble.
A lot of pressure near midcourt, and the coach would like a timeout, a 30-second timeout from head coach Mike Quigley of Sumner-Fredericksburg.
He probably wishes he waited on that. It was a little premature, and he had a guy streak into the hoop wide open.
So as we look up Hemming activity schedule this week, in Jesup, there is an early out tomorrow in the district from pre-K through 12. That's at 1:15. Thursday night, high school basketball down at Union in the Port City for the makeup game from last Friday. High school wrestling meet happening, middle school and high school wrestling happening both on Thursday, and middle school girls basketball will be hosting Don Bosco. Friday, varsity and JV squads head up to Wapsie Valley. Middle school boys basketball will be at BMAP over in Waterloo. Actually, hosting that game actually will be here in Jesup on Friday. Confident shot coming from Stimson, who is leading scorer on this squad this season, average leading scorer this year. Corbin fueling. Back to Paxton, or I said it there, didn't I? To McCone, and there's fueling. Cooper will get that one to fall in there. Would you believe that's only his fourth pass of the night?
I would believe that. He's, a week ago against Bosco, that kid could not miss a shot, and he just hasn't been getting the roll here tonight.
.25 seconds to go. Third quarter, deep three. Wow.
Boom.
Stimson.
So the Cougars starting to, not starting. They have kind of taken the game over here. Coach Smines and the Jayhawks trying to find a combination of players on the court here that stop the bleeding a little bit, as Cooper's trying to do that somewhat single-handedly, getting the last couple of buckets for the Jayhawks. That one with three to bring it to 31-45 Cougars.
So in that third period, and as we look to the first quarter, Sumner outscored Jesup 15-11. Second quarter, Jesup outscored the Cougars 11-10. And that third period, as we look through this here, as I'm doing my math here relatively quickly, as far as you know.
You want me to?
No, that's fine. Sumner-Fred outscoring them 20-9. So, do have a message on here from somebody that wants me to relay to you, Luke. Somebody says, Luke, thank you. Crazy ? Yes, have to put up with you as my son-in-law. That would make her crazy. I think is what Pat Wiggle is saying. So,
she
joining us on Tonight from New Hampton, following along.
She couldn't. She's just lucky to have me in her life.
She doesn't even know how lucky.
I mean, you could have some real dirtbags for son-in-laws, and she gets me.
It's true. You're just a regular silver lining, aren't you?
Yeah. That I am.
Corbin fueling. Hits the iron, goes out of bounds. It will be Sumner-Fred ball.
Nobody really lighting it up tonight for the Jayhawks.
Well, early on, Lenow had such a great first half and getting a foul trouble, and that really has peeled it off.
Yeah, and I still say that had we continued to go to him in the second half, he was still effective. He was just not getting the ball.
Wyatt's only been at 2. Pilcher has yet to score. Fueling been limited to 7. Landon Barrett at 4. McCone, he's got 2 points for him.
Oh, nice find by Pilcher. Tanner Cole couldn't get to fall. Great find by Pilcher.
And been a nice shot for Tanner Cole to
Yeah.
drop in there.
Yeah. Nice hustle by Tanner after the fact, though. Tried to get his own rebound, went out of bounds, but got to appreciate the hustle.
Cole's first foul of the game. 16 fouls for the Jayhawks. Another foul. That's how this fourth quarter is going to keep going, I believe. A lot of whistles. Now send Stimson to the free throw line. Earlier tonight, the girls basketball team winning 49-29.
Cole comes off. Landon Brett back into the game. Landon Brett, again, sitting with 4 fouls, so he's got to play intelligently.
17 points, leading scorer in the game.
Stimson
steals it back.
Lee now also set to check back into the game for the Jayhawks.
Wow. Van Englenberg. He was big in the first half and is continuing here in the second half. He's got 16.
Cooper with the jumper, got it.
Timeout wanted.
Cooper pretty deadly from about the 10-foot line on that jump shot, especially if he can get one of those corner shots.
Timeout wanted, 30-second timeout. And when you look at the stats of the Sumner-Fred squad, Stimson been averaging 13.3 points per game, 35% from the field, 29% from beyond the arc. Also leads in assists, 4.1 per game. Other side, Cooper Fueling. And we talked about that. Then he lit up a little bit. Cooper Fueling sitting at 9 points. Has been averaging about 14. That leads this squad. But we need to see some more balls drop in. Got some new players out there. Pilcher hustles down the floor. Corbin Fueling coming out a one-on-one against Schmitz.
Shout out to Joyce Pilcher Brown watching from Wilmington, Delaware tonight to see her great nephews, Jace and Gavin, play for the Jayhawks.
Deep shot, no good. There's Lee now. He's back in the game. He's got 4 personals. Sumner-Fred in
Deep
the bonus,
three.
And Fueling will miss that. No white jerseys to pick up that rebound. Fast break down floor. Wow.
Yeah.
Passed it downfield. Get the score.
They're just getting everything to drop right now. When you're on, and the Cougars are on right now.
There's the flow. There's 15.
Oh, nice find. Great find by Landon Barrett. Swings around the defender there, gets it to Lee now. Easy bucket.
Margin is 17. Seahawks can't get that to go. Fueling, looking down floor. Sees Lee now.
Takes
Leans
it
in
right
off
to
the
the
board.
rack. Right to the rack. You know, sometimes Landon Brett's a little underappreciated. He doesn't always put up a large number of points for the Jayhawks. But he's a good-sized kid. He's tremendously important down low. He gets a bunch of rebounds. Really good passer, as illustrated in a couple plays previous where he snuck that ball around the defender to Lee now. But he does a lot of things without the ball that, you know, oftentimes go unnoticed. Hard-working kid. It makes a difference when he's not on the court.
This is the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology. And Luke, last week you had a little rodent problem you were trying to deal with.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I like some of you people follow me on Snapchat. It was not your typical rodent. It was not your typical mouse. I mean, it was definitely.
It looked like it.
It was definitely a ninja.
It's the part I saw.
It was a ninja of sorts. It cleaned. You know those old school mouse traps where you load them and, you know, put some peanut butter on them or something.
Try not to snap your fingers.
Yeah, it licked 7 of those clean. This was in my car, by the way.
Yeah, your daughter's car.
So it tried to steal my car, for starters. And then it tried to eat my daughter's lunch and actually succeeded in that. and then somehow managed to eat 7 meals on me without once triggering the mousetrap. And I could barely load or set the mousetrap down without setting the snap off.
I thought you were going to say you couldn't load it fast enough where he was out eating it and then hiding again.
No, so that stupid thing ate like a king for about 4 days straight. Then I brought in the big gun, went and bought some newfangled mousetrap, and
that was it.
That was it.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, so fool me once, fool me twice, fool
Pull
me
you
7 times.
7 times total, yeah. Finally get it done.
Yeah.
4:50 to go in this game. Jesup, little catch-up, 52-37. I'm Nate Klaber, that's Luke Baldwin. Anthony Baugh on camera and on-site producer. Did you send Eric home, or did he just leave on his own?
I think he had to go.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wasn't good enough.
Was
Wasn't moving that camera. Wasn't moving that camera quick enough. All right.
Anthony's kind of a hard driver over here. You don't have to stand by him.
Oh, I'm sure.
I mean, I can't tell you the abuse I take standing right next to him. Whoa.
Stimson fast break left.
I thought he was
layup.
going for the one-handed hammer dunk for a minute.
I think he thought about it. He thought about it. Stimson take him up to 19, approaching that 20 mark. He will get there this game, I'm sure. As Fueling looking for a way to build on his total. He's stuck at 9 right now. Sumner-Fred will have the ball in front of the Jesup cheerleaders. And that give and go play, they've had a lot of success.
That's about 14 steps.
Pilcher stayed in front of him. There we go, Pilcher. Across the midcourt. I don't know if Jace has had a break on the floor tonight, has he? Landon Barrett. Aggressive. Move towards the basket. Jesup will have that ball back. Here comes Seahawks back in the game. Lob it up to Corbin Fueling. Cooper into Lee now. Takes a jumper from 7 feet.
Man,
nice looking shot.
Yeah, beautiful little floater. He's kind of got that thing down pat. Cooper playing some tough defense out there. Making life hard for Niederhoff. Why does that name sound familiar? Like, am I thinking, what was the movie with Jim Belushi?
Animal House.
Animal House. Wasn't that guy's name Niederhoff?
No. No, I think it was Niedermeyer.
Niedermeyer, yeah.
Niedermeyer, yep. No, I had that thought earlier. I just kept it to myself.
You know that doesn't.
No, it's rolling. We're rolling the dice with you. Are we going to give a foul to Lee now? I would say that was the most unaggressive foul that he's given through the night.
He was definitely not asking for that one, but unfortunately that is 5 on Carson Lee now, so he's going to take a seat.
He will end the night with 21 points.
That's a good night, man. I don't know what that's got to be that's a
got to be his top night.
Yeah. 21 points, and I still feel like he should have had a lot more touches than he did.
Seahawks' free throw takes him to 5. Three Jayhawks go after that rebound. Cole pulls it down, gets it to Pilcher. Ducks inside. First shot we've seen from Jays tonight doesn't go. Ball will remain with the Jayhawks.
Props to Tanner Cole, man. That kid is all over the place. He goes, if he's going for something, he's going 100 miles an hour.
Feeling confident down low pass to Cole. Corbin.
Get in there. Boy, Corbin.
Still looking for that sweet that sweet spot for him. I'm sure it's frustrating for him.
Yeah, he's shaking his head out there. He's not happy with himself.
Under 3 minutes. Nice post up.
Good block
with Cole.
Good block by Brett.
Cole catches that long pass from Pilcher. The lean in, bank for Jace. Put him in the scorebook. Can we get some more out of that?
14-point lead for the Cougars. That's going to be a foul on Corbin. Corbin Fueling. Corbin's first, I believe.
Second personal. He was one of the first players off the bench today for Coach Joe Spines.
Bo Niedermeyer back into the game for the Cougars.
You're going to go with that, huh?
Toga.
0.0. Tanner Cole ends up with that ball. Barrett with hands over to Cooper Fueling, corner three.
Got it. Nice shot.
Double numbers for him. Take him to 12.
Almost creeping in on single digits here. So Jayhawks still fighting, working their way back, scrapping their way back.
Not impossible by any means.
No. 2 minutes, a lot of time. Get a few steals, get a few shots, and you're back in business.
Just tuning in. Timeout right now. Lenau is on the bench with 5 fouls. The sophomore starter ends the night with 21 total points. Cooper Fueling just hitting a big three-pointer. That puts him the leading Jayhawk on the floor right now. Wyan has 2. He hit that early on in the game. Pilcher just got his first basket of the night. Landon Barrett with 4. And we've seen for the first time this season Parker McCone come in. The sophomore, he's got a basket to his name as well. Tanner Cole been on the floor throughout the night as well, supporting this Jayhawks squad. Next game for the Jayhawks, boys and girls, is Thursday night at LaPorte City Union. That game was supposed to be played last Friday, but due to snow, they moved it. And there was already discussions of the weather that could approach us this weekend and any potential changes that could happen.
I'm hoping for nothing.
I'll give you a chance to get your four-wheeler out and do some more donuts in your driveway.
That's true. I've got to coach a 7th grade girls basketball tournament at Northland on Saturday, so I'm hoping we're able to have that.
Nice free throw in for Schmitz. Sumner-Fred, 3 players in double numbers. They keep that going. It's going to be hard for Jesup to sneak back. Pilcher to Corbin. Cooper. Brother waiting in the wings. Barrett trying to back into that hoop. Doesn't work. Cooper with a free throw under Landon's legs. Diving for the ball. We're going to see jump possession maybe, if not a foul.
Had a little bit of everything going on.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to see everybody get up.
There were like 3 or 4 fish that just jumped out of the water, it looked like, down there.
I broke a rib just watching that.
Timeout is taken. Did they determine a foul in that? 57-44. And as we were looking ahead on this schedule, Thursday night we did say they go down to Union. Friday over to up to Wapsie Valley. And then later on in the year, when you look at Monday night at Hudson on the 20th, during Martin Luther King Day, there is no school on Monday, if I'm right. Am I accurate in that?
Martin Luther King Day? Probably not.
Let's look. Yeah, no school on Monday. It is a professional development day for teachers. Second semester starts next Tuesday, and then Friday next week, go over to AP. Next night, play at Grundy Center. And I don't think they're back here till the 28th, at least, against Denver, if that's right. Yep, not till the 28th.
That's a long road trip.
Well, they'll come home between hand.
Oh, they're not
It's
on
not
the
like
road the
college
whole
teams
time?
where they just stay out.
Oh.
No.
Wow.
I know you're confused by that. Maybe you were. I'm not giving you enough credit.
See Kyle Schultz in the stands over there. One of our former athletes. You remember Kyle?
Oh, yeah.
He's over there in the corner, up in the corner by Pilcher.
Okay. Yep, there he is.
Still a big boy.
120 to go.
I forget where he's at now.
I think he ended up in PT school or something, I think. PTA school, I thought I heard.
Well, I don't know what that means.
Physical therapy, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something medical related, I think. You know, with Luke, I'd always count on you to say, I don't know what you're talking about. Instead of, yeah, that sounds right.
I've learned over the years it's best just to admit when you're wrong. Well, I hardly do that. I rarely admit when I'm wrong, but I'm not afraid to admit when I don't know what you're talking about or what anybody's talking about. Faking it usually doesn't get me very far.
3 Sumner-Fred players with, again, double numbers, as we said. And give credit to Van Englenberg as he builds it up to 17. Schmitz has 17. Stimson has 19.
Cooper doing what Cooper does. He's up to 12. I thought he was up to 14.
Yeah, it should be 14.
Okay.
30 seconds. Stimson cross midcourt. Cole tried to take the charge. Ball is loose. Van Englenberg with the ball. 20 seconds. They'll hang on, I'm sure, for that last shot. Or just dribble it out at this point.
Yeah, I don't think they're looking to score any more points here. And
59 to 46 is the final. And Jesup on the year will go to 2-9 overall. Still looking for that first win in the NICL East as they go to 0-7. Sumner-Fred 4-6 on the year now, 3-4 in conference play, and give credit to really a good player on the game with Lee now, and you got to give credit to Carson Luke as a sophomore. We talked early on; he's grown so much as a player and continues to build his presence on the floor. But it comes down to his challenge tonight was foul trouble.
yeah, honestly, up until tonight, I thought Carson was a junior. So we had 3 different kids on the floor tonight as sophomores, which bodes well for the future to get those kids that kind of experience now. But yeah, he had a game personal best. I said it about 5 times now. I would like to see us push it in even more than we did. But great job by him, and yeah, he just had to exit a little early. And credit the Sumner-Fred Cougars. I mean, they were shooting lights out, and when sometimes things are clicking, they keep on clicking, and they sure did for the Cougars tonight.
So as we close out our broadcast, we'll ask you to join us on Thursday night as the Jayhawk Sports Network will bring you Jesup Jayhawk Wrestling right here Thursday night, probably about 6:15, somewhere in there. And then wrestling again next Thursday. And we won't be back on our broadcast, I think, until January 28th, the last week of January, when we'll have 2 games. Denver will be on this floor. And then I think it's Dyke New Hartford will come to town on that 31st, somewhere in there, if I'm calculating it correctly. Again, we invite you to follow us along on Facebook. Like us, share us. Also, check out our YouTube channel as well. You can follow our broadcast streams there as well. For Luke Baldwin and our crew of Anthony Baugh, our on-site producer, as well as camera operator Eric Clark, and executive producer Tony Lang, I'm Nate Clayberg. From the Hawks Nest tonight in Jesup, final score, boys lose tonight to Sumner-Fred 59-46. Watch this entire game again on replay as well as other athletic events on our Facebook videos section of our Facebook page and also on our YouTube channel. This is the Jayhawk Sports Network from Heartland Technology with music courtesy of bensound.com. Go Jayhawks and good night.